I don't know if it'll work. Let's see if it works. This is an early chat. Let's see. My stomach all of a sudden starts hurting. It's weird. Why? It may be too early for my Nightbird YouTubers. Let's see who's here. If you're here and you can hear me, please say hi. Hello from Texas. From Shirts. Hello, Courtney. Man, you are here. I'm doing good. Thank you. I really am doing good. I don't want to work today, so I'd rather do a live stream. Pretty bad, huh? How are you? How are you doing? I wish it could be interactive to where you could share stuff with me and I could share stuff with you and I could see what you're doing. You could share with, well, that would be Zoom, right? We're not doing a Zoom. We're doing a live stream. Live stream. Let's see. Anybody else here? If you're here, please, is the sound good? Clarissa, I have your quote right here. Look at this beauty. She's a pretty quilt. Now your quilt is on YouTube, but I'm going to work on it and it's going to be beautiful on YouTube. We need to pick colors and designs. You want to do it here? No, we're not going to do it here. I'll talk to you when you have more time. How are you? Are you guys working? Yes, she's here. I just shipped, how many quilts? I just shipped 10 quilts to the lady who we're doing cancer quilts for. I shipped her 10 of them. I don't know, maybe 8, maybe 6. I don't know. I put a whole bunch in a box. And then I shipped 2 quilts back to a client. So I'm going to be working on yours. Look, she's beautiful. Look. She's so pretty. She is beautiful. You did a wonderful job, Chris. Chris. I don't know how to say your name right. This is a beautiful quilt. Just saying. She's beautiful. And then I need to quilt those quilts. See, it's reversed. The volume is low. Okay, yeah, I lowered it because I was editing a video. Hold on. How about this? Output volume. Is it better? I'm sure it's better now. There. All right. Hopefully it's better. If not, I'll get the mic right under. I'll get my mic right under me. Hello, Cindy. How are you? If you hear my dogs, I'm sorry. So yes, I'm excited for your quilt. I'm so excited for this quilt. So excited. All right. Share. How many hours did she take to make? Thought it was me. So, how many hours, my lady, did she take you to make? I know you posted it on Facebook a while back, and now I get to quilt it. She's beautiful. So how are you? Happy Toes Girl. Love that title. How are you, Doris? A month and about 4 hours a day. Yeah. Look, I wanted to share. She's the owner of this quilt is here. She is beautiful. I gotta showcase it. You did beautiful work. Now I get to hang on with it. It took her a month and 4 hours to do this. Oh, hold on. Courtney, you want to be my monitor? Hold on. Add monitor. You're a monitor, okay, Courtney? Just in case some crazy people come on here and start doing stupid stuff on my YouTube channel. I don't know what it is. Lurkers. They're probably in school right now. Okay, gotcha. You're my monitor. I'm excited to work on this girl. She's going to be beautiful. How are you doing? It's the end of February. How was your February? Hello, Kathy Wilkins. My adopted parents were Wilkins, but with an E-N-S. But I think his name used to be I-N-S. Anyway, how are you guys? How you been? I'm so excited for January. January, I got my laser. I have like a whole every month, victories of the month, giving myself like little victories. And in January, the victory of the month is I got a loaner laser. Question, advise me, give me some counsel, because I'm on the fence here. I don't know what to do. I'm thinking of buying both of them. That crazy? I think I'm buying both lasers. Not sure though, but I really am tempted to buy the baby laser that they're off. It's a used laser, so I'm gonna see if they could give me a good deal on it. The laser itself is worth like 10 grand, maybe 11, maybe 8. I don't know. Maybe I could get a deal off of it. Maybe they could. I want to keep both of them. But that's me being crazy. I was thinking, because I do embroidery work, right? I was doing a client's job this February. I got baseball season. I'm in the middle of baseball season, so I've been really busy. So I come up here, set up quilts, run downstairs, do embroidery, run up here, set up quilts, run downstairs. And downstairs when I'm working, I could hear the long arm moving. Hello, Robin. How are you? From Kaporsa, Cove, Texas. Nice to see you here. And so I've been working a lot, and I was so thankful that I used to work with one, and now I refuse to only work with one, so I have to have two. That's why I ended up buying the third embroidery machine, because my first one got broken. And then I found a guy who fixed the first one for me. So now I have 3. So I'm trying to figure out how to work on 3 of the embroidery machines, but I'm thankful that I have the ones that I have. And so I was thinking about the laser that, yes, it is really great exercise. Running down, coming back up. I was thinking about when you're doing jobs with lasers, you can only do one specific job on the laser at a time. So I was debating, maybe I should keep both lasers, have the little one for the smaller jobs and have the big one for the big jobs. And then my husband's like, where are you going to put everything? You're crazy. So I don't know, but I'm a little bit that person. And then I think I may get so much work with the laser that I would want to buy another one, and then I have to wait another year. I'm literally going into a year before I get my original laser, which I'm okay because they gave me a foster baby. So I'm kind of, when I was doing embroidery work, because I had, I do names on a hat, numbers on a hat. I have videos on embroidery too. I think I'm going to remove all my embroidery videos and make another embroidery channel, move all my, random videos that are so random, because YouTube is kicking my channel around. YouTube only wants me to do specific videos, which I think is horrible, because I think you as an audience would get bored of the same content. But I also think you as an audience love, whatever you fell in love with my channel with. If you love long arm quilting, you want to see more of that. If you love embroidery, you want to see more of the embroidery. If you making things, and that's how you found me, you'll probably like watching more of that. But I don't know. Anyway, just ignore. So I'm thinking of buying 2 lasers. Counsel me. What do you think? Please type your notes. Give me counsel. Because I don't know what I'm doing lately. Should I buy 2? Or is 1 enough? So I don't know. 2, it's a lot. It's a lot of money. And I'm going to... What do y'all think? So talk to me. Y'all are so quiet. No one's typing. How are you? Kathy, you think I should go for it? It's a legitimate reason why, right? one's not enough. See, the thing is, what's hard is usually when you start a business, especially in a certain area, like for long arm quilting. Originally, I started with embroidery. Would you use both of them enough to balance the expense? I don't know yet. That's the thing. I don't know. Well, when you first start a business, for example, like embroidery, when I first got my embroidery machine, I gave myself a year to learn the machine. You're learning. And then because you can't do work for clients if you don't know what the heck you're doing. For example, just recently, hi Melissa, I'm glad you got the zippers. For example, I just did a job for an embroidery company, a trucking company, and they asked me to do these huge bags, and I did a huge logo. I know what I'm doing with embroidery. I mean, I've been doing it for so many years, but there's always this element of adding something new, and so you could kind of like struggle a little bit. So what ended up happening, I did the bags, they came out great, but I wrestled. That job was a wrestle job, kind of, okay? So with me having so much experience, and I'm still struggling sometimes, I think when you have one machine, you're learning, and it took me a year to really know what I'm doing to the point where I have faith in myself to start a business. I think with lasering or even long arm quilting, I did the same thing. I gave myself a year to long arm quilt anything I could find and then mess around and then start the business part of it, meaning start telling people that I'm doing it. Hi, everybody. Hi, Darlene. Nice to see you. Melissa Fawn. Nice to see you. I was asking everybody if I should buy 2 lasers or buy the baby Foster laser they gave me while my laser is on its way. So I'm on the fence of it. Should I buy it? Should I not? So at this time, since I have the Foster laser, I'm learning. I'm just trying out different stuff, playing with it, different settings. The lasers are really easy to learn. It's after a period of time you start getting the concepts, and it gets really simplified once you learn. But the first week I was overwhelmed, and after that I kind of got it. I guess where I'm on the fence on is I want to do like cups. I still want to do those cups. I have all those cups calling my name saying, hey, you should laser these. I haven't done them because I'm busy working. I've been working a lot. But I feel like, let's say I get an order of cups. I could have one laser only doing cups, but then I get an order for something else that I've created that I want to sell. Then I have the machines both running in sequence, and I'm kind of doing the same work, but double the amount of work in one shot. That's what I love about 2 embroidery machines. One is great because when you're doing one and you're starting the business, you're waiting on the machine a long time. And then when you get another machine, you can you split the time in half. So I remember doing business shirts, and I had like 100 business shirts. And I remember having one machine. It was torture. But then I got that job again. That job probably took, probably 18 hours. Then I got the job again, and I had 2 machines. Now that job took 6 hours. I guess that's what I'm looking at, considering buying 2 machines. Because I'm thinking that if I do get, subsequential work, sorry if I hit the mic, that I'm able to do double the work in half the time. But that is an expense I have to consider, which I'm really thankful right now. I have a lot of work, and I'm literally trying to get probably 10 quilts, 5 to 10 quilts done in a week. Can I make you a sandwich, Derek? All right. Oh, he's some idiots. Remove. Detective John Kimball. Okay. So there's just those kind of things to think about when purchasing something like this. Am I going to get busy enough to where I would regret giving that machine back? Or maybe it's so slow going in building the laser business that what was I thinking when I bought 2 machines? Because you're putting a lot of money into those 2 machines. Robin, yeah, I want the laser. All right, monitors, we need to kick this person off. Detective John Kimball. Put user in the timeout. All right. So it just depends on what the decision is. But I wanted to come up here and ask y'all to, like, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Because when you get into a business, any type of business, like embroidery, vinyl, long-arm quilting, it takes time to create a client base. It took me time to create a long-arm quilting client base where people trust me enough to quilt their quilts. And it did take me quite a bit of time for me to establish embroidery clients. I'm hoping, darling, they give me a great deal. The machine is literally already close. It's on the Panama Canal, I believe. We're in the very bottom end of Mexico, crossing over and going towards Florida, they say. So they said in March. I need to make this decision in March. That's a March decision. Okay. Will the small one laser do all the bigger ones do? Yes. The only problem with the small laser, the depth, you can only go down so much and you only have so much work room. So from my understanding, the laser that I got, it's a Myra 7. It is literally the size of a small cutting mat, which I think it's 24 by 36. That's how much workspace you have. Now the large laser, and this is why I got the large laser, because I'm that stupid crazy person, is because that large laser can cut up to, the laser's 69 by 55, so it has more cutting depth, more cutting space, and you can bring the laser down significantly. So let's say I wanted to laser probably like a large frame. That's what you need a larger laser for. But the small one does some really neat stuff. I'm not even using, at this current time, the whole workspace because I'm learning, right? I'm making little tiny things because, well, if I ruin little things, it doesn't cost to ruin little things. So instead of doing big giant pieces of wood and ruining, because wood's like gold now, I'm doing smaller pieces so I can learn the concepts. I could always sell one of them. You're right. The way I like working, I was doing embroidery the other day, and I got that new, I need to get another one. I want another one. That big toolbox. That toolbox was awesome. I have my 2 embroidery machines on there. So on one, I was doing number on the hats, and on the other one, I set up the names. So literally, I was working both machines. I mean, I was like, oh my God, this works so good. And that big giant toolbox, it stabilizes the machines, the machines, before they used to wiggle on the bases they used to have. I had them on, and they would make an exorbitant rattling noise, like annoying rattling noise. And now, because it's wood, it buffets the noise and it's not so obnoxious. But I really loved the feel of it. I want another one so I could put the other laser that I have on that same toolbox and the heat press, and it gives me a little bit more workspace and storage place, because that storage was wonderful. I'm in love with the storage. Do you have any examples of the types of jobs you can do on the lasers? One of the things you could do, tumblers, the metal tumblers like the Yetis, you can laser them. But in lasering tumblers, you have to set up the machine with certain types of settings. And you have to take the frame out. I think you even have to take the blades out. Kind of have to like take a lot of stuff off of the laser to get it set up to do tumblers. Well, this is a cup tumbler, a glass. This is a plastic one. But so it takes a lot of work to set up one machine just to do tumblers. And let's say I had a wood cutting job or a engraving job. So then you're kind of having to take everything apart for, let's say, one tumbler, and then put everything back, let's say, for one cutting board that you're going to laser or engrave. That's why I hated only having one machine, because if I had one hat, I was setting up the embroidery machine for the one hat, then taking the one hat and then setting up the machine for bags, for one bag, then taking the machine and setting it up for a shirt. That is the most annoying jobs. That's why I don't like jobs that only bring me one item, because there is this repetition that comes when you're working. When, for example, I just did 20 shirts. There is a rhythm of you're hooping the shirts the same hoop and you're popping them on the machine. And they'll say if you have another machine, you could do hats and do 30 hats on one machine. And each machine has its own setup. And there's just this workflow that works really wonderful. But I hated it when I would get, like, someone brought me a hat and they wanted a logo on the bill. I just hated that kind of work. Now with long arm quilting, you can't really change that. It's all long arm quilting. So when a client comes and brings you the long arm or quilt, for example, this beautiful quilt that I'm going to quilt, the setup is exactly the same. You put the back fabric and the batting and the leaders on the quilt, and it's all the same. The only thing that could be different is if it's custom or if it's computer. And to turn it into a custom, you just take off unscrew 3 belts. A belt in the front, a belt on the back, and a belt on the side. That's all you have to do. So to do a quilting job, and if I get 20 jobs, the setup is significantly consistent throughout every single quilt. Like Clarissa's, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, right or wrong. I hope I'm saying it right. Hers, I would just make sure that it's at the end of the leader and it's all the way down. If it's a baby quilt, I would just kind of come in a little bit, but the setup is the same. With embroidery or lasering, setups could be different based on each individual item that you're working on. I hope I'm explaining myself right. So like doing a hat hoop frame for an embroidery machine, it is a pain in the butt to take it apart. And then for one hat, you do the one hat, take it all back apart, and then put it for a shirt or a bag. So let me see. Let me see what you guys are saying. Okay. You can keep both. Yes. That's why I would think I would want to keep both. So I could keep one machine if I want to just do tumblers for one job and one machine for the other jobs. Or one machine do the huge jobs, like because it's a huge machine, and then one machine for the smaller insignificant jobs. That's what I was thinking. So Crafty Panda is asking me a question. I'm not familiar with what lasers. Okay, a laser, Crafty Panda, a laser can make plexiglass rollers. So let me show you. Let me get some rollers. Just hold on. All right, let's talk. What can a laser do? A laser can engrave anything. A laser can engrave leather, it can engrave wood, and it can also engrave plastic. Quilter's Apothecary used a laser to create this ruler. All this right here was lasered. The Quilter's Apothecary. They also used the laser to create all these grid marks and to even cut the plexiglass itself. Beautiful cut. So to make rulers, whoever company that this is, so I got this from this. All these little tiny holes and all these marks to create this item was cut by a laser. And this is God, I saw this from this lady who does this quilting, beautiful quilting she does. You put literally a marking pen in here and then it does circles for you. So that's kind of what the laser can do. The laser can also laser on a tumbler. So if you have a Yeti tumbler that is painted, you can laser a name on it. You can laser whatever you want, any specific item on it. If you want an art piece, you can literally grab the laser and have it transfer an art piece and transfer it into a Yeti or any kind of tumbler that has paint on it. But specifically, I wanted it for rulers because I'm a long armor. I want to create my own rulers. Like Linda's Electric Quilting paid a laser company for them to cut them this ruler. And different companies like, what is her name? Lisa Callie had a laser make her these rulers. Now, the reason I wanted to get my own laser is because these rulers, they're charging you like $30 for the ruler. And I understand the markup. They're using a laser. The laser is charging them for the time and energy that they're doing. And they're also charging, they're marking up. So the laser probably charged them $3. And then Lisa Callie or the company's Quilter's Apothecary marks it up another probably 50% or 60%, I think. But you could also do this, and I'm talking about plexiglass. You could do this with wood. You can laser wood, leather, different size woods. The laser I'm going to be able to laser about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch, I think, of wood. So I could cut like large pieces of wood. And they're really expensive. So I've talked about this since years. I've been wanting this for years. And so I've been saving and trying to figure out ways. And just last year, I made the decision, like, stop waiting, get the laser, stop goofing around, just do it. But I found something beautiful about this. I don't have to just do lasers. There is on Etsy, there's a huge laser community out there that do, imagine you just had a grandbaby and they have like, hello world, and it has hello world. And this is the first day, and you can put days, months, and then you put up the baby on a blanket and you have these wooden kind of like tokens that are like really pretty. And they're specific to male, female, whatever. And you could put it by your baby, and they sell like hotcakes because who doesn't want to take pictures? And they have like a whole set from 1 to 30, or 1 to 30 days, 1 to 12 months. And then they have like, you could get different sets. So you can kind of get into a whole bunch of variety of kind of business, like a wood business, a leather business. And I'm learning it because it's a whole new world for me. It's so different from quilting, and it's so different from textile work. Last live stream, or one of my live streams, I brought everything I was learning. I was showing you different wood decals. They make even jewelry boxes out of lasers. It's a wonderful world that I'm learning. But one of the things I've heard that sell like hotcakes, it's the tumblers. Hold on. The other day I made myself, I don't know if it's still here. And like I said, I'm learning, right? I made myself my own little keychain. And it had a little loop here. Well, apparently the keychain is so small. Do I even have my other keychains in here? That the loop broke because I don't know what I'm doing, you know. But there's just a whole new world. So I'm debating of like, if I return that laser that they lent me, will I regret it? Or if I keep both of them, I don't know. I don't think I regret keeping both of them because sooner or later I'll get business. I just need, do I want to have that expense there? I'm hoping they'll give me, I took pictures of when I got the laser because I was told I was going to get a brand new one, but they sent me a used one, you know. They sent me their orphan child, and I just want to make sure that that I get a good deal because I don't want to take a loaner that's had a lot of hours on it because they've loaned it to different people, and then the machine's not worth what it's worth, but I'm hoping. But you could do a whole bunch of things. I'm learning. You could do wood. People make bottle openers with, I don't know. There's just a whole new world that it's opening me up to. But I really want to do. So I created these. Hold on. I created these. Okay, I love these. I love this. I created this. One day I was like, how can I, okay, and this is a mess, but usually I organize it. I want to be able to do these like with a flat circle where the dowels can sit in, and I want to put magnets on it so that when I have my, hold on, let me turn you. When I have that metal frame, I can literally have this kind of sitting there with my dowels sitting in position with magnets on the bottom. So I want to create things with it. And this would be, I was thinking of doing it with plexiglass, but I'm thinking of doing like little mock-ups of wood. And then I was thinking of sending it to several people, like long armors, to see if it's a functioning item. Is it really worth the use of it? Because I love these. I organized all my threads. I organized all my scrap threads, but I also want to be able to make like a lid for it so that the threads aren't going everywhere. I want to make, I do applique, so I also want to make, I created this, it's called a needle bed for my needle thread, a little area where my needles can sit when I'm doing hand binding. I don't know. We'll see where I go with this. Right now I'm trying to catch up with work, and yeah, I love this stuff though. I love learning. I love seeing if it works, but I don't know if it will. That's the thing about trying something new. You don't know if what you're trying is really going to work for you, and so you fail a lot. You end up failing. So pray for me, guys, because in March or April, maybe May, I'm thinking I'm going to get it in May. I'm hoping, like, I have ideas y'all don't know, which I think this is like in my game. Like I want to make rulers that have a little light thing on there, so you can push the button and the ruler beams down on your quilt. Would that be ridiculous? Would that be ridiculous? Putting a little light, like little holes, and putting like little tiny lights that through these engravings, it'll pierce through the lights. And then when you put it down, I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I'm going to try. But lately I've been working so much that I'm trying to balance it. There's like birds arguing. Okay. There's birds arguing. Okay. Well, I feel like these. I love this idea. I love this. This is mine. And I gave someone I gave some to the lady. She's a YouTuber, and she did a video on my things. And she asked me if it was okay, and it's okay. But I love this because I know the colors that I have together. I know what's wound. When I'm working on a quilt that has blues, I just grab it and I take it to the long arm. I lay it on a little magnet. Like, I love this. What I don't love is the thread that goes everywhere. And you can see I have hair stuff holding it. But I love this stuff. Yeah. Well, Ingrid, there's the Power Tools. What is her name? She used to be my client. She has a YouTube channel. She literally went and made her own, which I don't mind. I gave her some to try it, and she said she loved them. She even said in the video that she was going to take the patent from me and take the idea from me, but it's in video, and she knew it was. I was like, you better not. Better not. I have you recorded, and I emailed it to my. So, I mean, she's real sweet. I don't have nothing to say about her, but this idea, I love it. But I have these sweet little kind of like, I'm thinking, I'm trying, you know, the thing that, I don't, how can I say, I'm a long armor, right? And I'm an embroiderer. Yes, Becky with Power Pulls and Threads. She did a video on them. She was so sweet. And she asked me if it's okay. And I'm like, at the time I was being audited. So I was like, do whatever. I'm okay. And then I messaged her because then I saw the video and I'm like, oh, you better not steal it from me. I know she was playing. I'm not taking anything hard. And I said, you better not, because I'm going to get me a laser and I'm going to make it myself. And she's just real sweet. I don't have nothing. She used to be my client. I used to do that Crown Royal quilt. Guess who quilted it? Who custom quilted it? It was me. That Crown Royal quilt that she makes and she talks about and she put in her video, that was me. I quilted, I think, 3 of them. I think I custom quilted 3 of them for her. So yeah, she's real sweet. But she said that she's going to take the idea from me. I'm like, you better not. And I recorded it. No, I didn't. And I did. I don't know. It doesn't matter. If, you know, when you have creativity in you, it doesn't matter who can take your ideas from you, because if they can't make their own, they're always taking from someone else. And I feel like I want not to use someone else's stuff, because it takes a lot of work to create something from the bottom up. And so, and you want to be that person, because if you can start from anything from the bottom up, you could always make something. And the person who can't and uses someone else's skills or abilities, they're always borrowing someone else's stuff, which is fine. Either way, it's a community, right? But yeah, Becky with Power Tools and Thread. Yeah, Becky. I say nothing else. Let's move on. I like her a lot. She's my client. I've known her for a lot of years. She's real sweet. As a matter of fact, I even told her, hey, because she has a smaller long arm quilting machine, and I told her, do YouTube, and yeah, she's doing good. So, yes. I'm hoping to, what else do you have? Well, there's so I always go to scriptures. There's a scripture where Jacob dug a well in the Bible, and there was strife, and they stole the well from him. And then Jacob went to another place, and he found another well. And in that community, they stole the well from him. Well, he went somewhere else, and he had the ability to find wells. You know, wells at the time were a good commodity because it's water, right? It's a life resource. And so he let them take the well, and he went somewhere else, and he found another resource of water. He found another well. I just think that, and I'm not saying that this is Becky in any way, there are people, as a matter of fact, I was told recently that someone copied part of my video, one of my videos. And she's very well known in the quilting community, but she copied one of my ideas. I've had 5 people on YouTube copy my ideas. Becky was sweet enough to come to me and say, hey, you know those things you gave me? I shared it on YouTube. I hope it's okay. And I appreciate that. She could have done the video and not given me any credit and said that she thought it up, but she was loving enough and kind enough that she shared that it was me who had the idea. She even told me, shared my channel to them, which was real sweet. But I've literally had, and I can name them, one of them, and I can name the channels because it infuriated me. One of them took one of my binding ideas, and at the time I only had maybe 800 subscribers, but they saw one of my videos because I'm a genius. I figure stuff out, which is binding without binding. No, it was binding where you fold it and make the triangle, and then you put Elmer's glue, and then you heat the fold, and now you have the line, and then you sew it. She copied that, and she acted as if she was the genius that figured that out. What I found out about that person is that she was copying Missouri Star Quilting. She was copying, I believe, she was copying other content creators. And what I've noticed from her, this creator, is that if Missouri Star Quilting did a video of this, all of a sudden right behind that, she popped a video of the same kind of content. And to me, I used to love watching this person because I thought she was original. But the truth is she wasn't. Just recently, someone said to me, yeah, I saw a video on this channel. And I said, that's my idea. My idea. When you have your own ideas, you're spending your own money. For example, I spent my own money to buy the dumb wood, it was just an idea, right? A concept. And so I bought the little balls, see if they fit in the dowel hole, the dowel. I saw if the dowel fit the bobbin, like, will this dowel fit this bobbin? And finding the exact match, finding the ball, gluing it together, and it's just a piece of wood. The bags of the dowel sticks that I measured are only so much. The wood is insignificant in price, right? But making these little things and seeing if it's functional. Does this really work? I already invested the wood and the balls. It could be epic failure. It may not even work at all. I may have wasted time gluing all these things and it didn't succeed. And that's what it is when you're an original. You're failing, learning through failure. But this is the neat thing about this. If I wanted to, and I love these because I created this, I played with this, I purchased it and figured it out. If I wanted to, hold on. Oh, it's not fitting. It's not fitting because of the thing. Hold on. These literally, come on. Why doesn't it fit? They fit into the spool, which is genius. It fits in the spool. Hold on. For some reason, these are not fitting in the spool. Maybe it's the spool. So it fits in the spool. And so when I used to have my shelf, if I had one of these dowels in here, I knew, hey, I have bobbins in here and it's specific to this thread. And so I would pop it out, pull this off the shelf, and I had all the bobbins that fit specifically into this thing. And it sits beautifully nice and snug. And I just love the idea, but it may have not worked. It It may have failed, the bobbins, but trying something new. And people who copy other people, I feel, are lazy people that want to take other people's time that they invested in figuring something else. But I've had, at least Becky was willing. Well, I gave her some. I said, hey, try it out. I made these. I don't know. I think they're cool. She liked them so much, she made a video on them, which was so sweet. And I'm thankful for her that she came and talked to me. But I've had other content creators that don't do that. And they really do cheat. They do cheat other people. For example, they go on Pinterest and they get free patterns from Pinterest or Etsy. I think it's more Pinterest. And then they make a video on something someone created out of nothing, and they get paid for that video, but they didn't create that idea. But it's okay. That's them. After a while, they're not. You can't succeed that way. I don't think you can. That's my opinion. I told my friend, a best friend of mine, and I said, I'm always going to come up with something new and different because I'm that kind of person. The people who steal other people's ideas, after a while, people are going to notice what they're doing. And what are you going to do when you can't copy someone? Well, these bobbins are size M bobbins. And like, for example, I bought these. You know, like the videos where I say my favorites and I share all this stuff. Some of the like my ideas don't make it. For example, I bought these. I thought that these are bobbin covers. I wanted to see, instead of using headbands or whatever I'm using I wanted to see if these would work. Now, these are created. Do you see that? These are created for small regular bobbins. Yeah. These were created for small regular bobbins. See how beautiful? Can I put you? And I bought these because I wanted to see if they would fit on, because this is an L bobbin for your sewing machine. These are for M bobbins. I wanted to see if these would work on the M bobbins. And yeah, they kind of do. They kind of do. But the bobbin itself has to be almost halfway empty, or a third way, 2/3 empty, for it to sit in there. And then sometimes they just kind of fly off like that. So they didn't like my video. So it's an idea, but it didn't work. So I don't know, I spent a couple dollars on these to try them. They do work wonderfully for your regular bobbins, but I wanted to try them for the M bobbins, for long arm quilters. And I have a whole bag that I don't use, but when you're original, it costs you, but people are I think you can only do you. I think you have to only do you. You have to be your authentic version of who you are. No one can be you. I heard someone say, and I was like, I like what he said. When you make something, for example, I'm going to use your quote, all right, Carissa? For example, this quilt. Out of nowhere, this quilt was created and came into existence because of the maker. No other maker can make this quilt other than the maker themselves, which I thought that was kind of neat. This wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the creator. It wouldn't be here for us to delight in the beauty of it if it wasn't for the person. Well, she says she worked 4 hours a day for a month on making this quilt. If it wasn't for the time she invested, how many of us start quilts and they're in drawers because we didn't finish it, but she's finishing it. And so I like how he said, I like making stuff because if it wasn't for me doing, it wouldn't exist. But I just think that way of thinking is just beautiful. This little bobbin thing, which is so simple, would not exist if I didn't try it. And it doesn't matter if someone takes it, it's on them. But you know who did it, you know what I mean? Who did it. But I've had a lot of content creators copy my content, and they have, this is what's done. They have 100,000 followers. 100,000 followers, and I imagine they have pressure. They have pressure to perform, and I don't know. If you don't have, I don't know, the pressure to perform, I think. And if you're not an original, it's hard to come up with original content. It is really hard. Sometimes I share stuff that friends shared with me. For example, this idea was a lady, she's on YouTube. I think she's on my Facebook channel. She does beautiful long arm quilting work, and she talked about this ruler. If you want to create perfect circles. God, what is her name? But I got that idea from her. I haven't tested it or tried it, but I think because you mark where the circles, I don't know. I think it'll be neat. But you have to just be you. And then your best version of yourself is always going to be the most excellent thing you could do for anybody, because what you share is yours. What you express will belong to you. The top is heavy on its own. It's beautiful. Your quilt is beautiful. I'm using it as like art piece, but it's yours. It's yours. It's beautiful work. It wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you. I love what he said. It wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you. And so I was thinking about like quilts. That's true. If I didn't make that quilt, it wouldn't exist and be the quilt that it is if it wasn't for me. But yeah, the Lord will guide me and protect me. And some of the ideas, I have to give credit to him. I have to give him credit. We're going to do a wedding quilt. So what are you guys doing? What do you have to be thankful for? Okay, so I'm going to share with you what I'm thankful for in January. January, I got my foster baby laser. January, what else? I had a whole list. I ended up getting very busy, so I'm thankful that I got a lot of work. In January, I moved my sweet honeybee to a hotel. And I ended up doing a really beautiful heart quilt that I use all the time. So in February, what I'm thankful for, it's one of my children got a new job, and she's really happy. Another one of my children, let me get this off, remove, and then one of my children bought a home, which is exciting. So that February, new home and new job, and then what else happened? Oh, and something else. So what are you guys thankful for this coming January? Because we're going into, this is February, we're going into March. I also have a pattern for you guys. What ended up happening, I'm going to post it this Monday. A friend of mine, when we did the Sweet Honeybee, we did a heart block slop. So I ended up creating a pattern for the heart block slop. Now the heart is not mine. She ended up finding a free pattern on Pinterest. So when I do the video, I'm going to share that the heart pattern is not mine, but the quilt top pattern is mine. So I'm going to post the video, hopefully this coming week, and I'm going to put a free pattern on my Facebook group because she gave the free heart pattern. I'm going to give the free quilt top pattern. I love that quilt. Let me just say, I use it every day. I use this weird minky fabric that sheds everywhere, which I hate. And I use this little vacuum to do the minky. And so I am in love. Lately here in Texas, it's been a bit cold. And so I just wanted kind of like to share what I'm thankful for in February. I'm so happy for you, Courtney. Courtney says she's thankful for having time for herself to sew, and now starting with some new clients coming back. I hope you get busy, girl. Hope you get busy. Clarice, I'm so glad I get to do a quilt for you because you've been such a sweet. You've done all my block swaps that we've done. You've sent me fabric that I don't want to cut because I love it so much. She gave me this fabric, and I just don't. Someone sent me. Oh my gosh! I have ladybugs, right? I've been talking about ladybugs, and I'm gonna do a ladybug series where I hope you. I don't know. I think it's funny. I'm so happy you're healthy, darling. Thank you, Courtney. Okay, so let me share. She sent me a ladybug, and it's a lady vacuum. It's a vacuum ladybug, okay? She's a vacuum. And she sent it to me. Her name is Rebecca Mitchell. And so what I'm doing on my Facebook group, hold on, I'm sending you pictures. I had the worst day, Saturday. And so there's the picture. She sent me the ladybug. And she sent me this. Okay, so I sent her different pictures. But I think it's kind of neat. I talk about something like ladybugs in I call this my little birdhouse upstairs. Because I come up here and I sing and I praise the Lord. And I'm in the presence and I'm like, oh, singing. And, but I've been finding ladybugs, and so I go and I catch them and I set them free. So she says, I sent you a ladybug from Portland, Oregon. And so what I'm doing, because I think the gesture was so sweet, I said, I took the ladybug to breakfast. And then I said, my ladybug is eating some chips. And I'm sending her pictures, and I'm thinking of going everywhere, like a fabric store or different random places, and have ladybug everywhere. Hold on, let me see. Ah. I'm glad you're doing good, Crafty Panda. I'm excited for you. I hope that you just get that mobility back. I was talking to someone, my hands were hurting, and I was being like, I don't know, I was talking to one of my friends. She says one of the things that she hopes that she never loses is her mobility of her hands. I'm hoping that you just keep using those hands, that your hands prosper, that they're blessed, that God touches them, that they're just blessed. I'm so excited for this March. March, I have a retreat that I'm going to go to, that I'm running, and I'm excited about the retreat. I have a couple of really great friends that we're going to have like a 3-day retreat. I need to pay the retreat center for it, but I'm excited about that because when I went to the New Braunfels retreat, it was miserable. Ugh. And it was miserable. And so what I want to do is I want to have like fun. And I don't know. I know retreats are made to get quilts done, but I don't want to feel like I'm going to a sweatshop when I do a retreat. I want to feel like I'm hanging out with some great friends and being a part of a great community. And so sometime in March, I don't know if it's in April, the beginning of April or the end of April, but I have the retreat going, and so I'm excited that some people want to be a part of it for March. I think it's March or April. And so I'm excited about that. And then and you're fine. We got it. We understand. So what are you guys making this? Do we need to do a GED a Get Her Done challenge on Lorena's Quilting Facebook group? Let me see. You know what I'm really thankful for? I told you guys that I want to lose 50 weights within my age of 50, and I'm so excited. I am from that 50. I am 15 pounds down, so I'm trying to keep my challenge going, and I'm not exercising like I was, but I'm still moving a lot and getting things done. So I'm excited that I've lost some weight. Let's see, Lorena. Hi, everyone. It's me, Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? I'm reading. I'm sorry. How are you guys? So I'm happy that I've lost some weight. This girl, I don't know what it is. You know what I did is I'm going to sleep earlier, and I'm not munching at night. I think that's a big part of it. Going to sleep earlier, and I think the other day I was shocked because I was like, when I weighed myself, I was like, okay, don't get mad if you're still the same. And I was shocked that I lost, I think, 5 pounds. And then the next week or two, because I'm not basing it on time, I'm just trying to eat healthier, feel when I'm full, only eat when I'm really hungry kind of mind, and really just kind of like chew my food and enjoy it, just trying to do that kind of process and not focus so much on calorie counting, but letting my body do its thing. I weighed myself and I said, don't get mad if you're back to where you used to be. And no, I'm still losing weight. I don't get along with the scale either, girl. But I told myself, what would 50 pounds lighter feel for me? And so one of the things is I'm a night snacker. Someone says, hey, how's your... I'm not... So I noticed it's not intermittent fasting. I eat breakfast if I'm hungry, and then I wait till I'm hungry again, and then leave it at that. I'm a night snacker. Gosh. And let me just say this. I'm the kind of human being that stays up till 3 a.m. or 4 o'clock. But then I wake up at 11 or 12, or I get up later. I'm trying to fix that. Yes. I'm trying to fix the okay, so the other day I was in a bad mood. I had a migraine, and I told myself, when I'm in pain or have a migraine, I tend to want salty, snacky, sugary food. Like, let's eat ice cream. Let's go find a bag of chips. It's real bad. And the other day I had a migraine, and I said, okay, migraine, I took migraine medicine. I said, you're going to take your medicine, and you're not going to use, I had to tell myself, you're not going to use food as therapy to deal with pain. How did I tell myself? You're not going to use food as a medical treatment for pain therapy. Yes, so I literally talked myself that day. So I don't know. I have issues too when I'm physically in pain where I binge and I go crazy. And that's where the weight comes from. But that day I didn't do it. And so I'm real proud of myself. And then the other day I was doing a job and I was so frustrated. So I know what my triggers are: pain and frustration. So I came in Saturday. I was so frustrated. I was having such a hard time with work. And I was like, you're not going to use food as therapy to cope with frustration. Feel the frustration. Just feel it. Just be okay with it. Just cope with it. And I still ate pizza. What else? And ice cream. And but at least I knew what caused it. I'm sorry, darling. I'm going to be praying for all of us that we're healthy women. We're needed. We're needed. All of us are needed. And I'm not talking about like weight so that you look like when you were 20. How many of us here, and when you were 20, you thought you were fat? And now you're 50 and older and wish you still look like when you were 20? Me. But Robin, I'm glad that there's no more cancer. Right? We're all complaining about eating, and you're just dealing with real life issues. I'm happy that your husband, no cancer for my husband. Ms. Panda. Stressful jobs are hard. No, I'm trying to figure out different ways. I really am trying to figure out different ways to cope with my bad habits. But bad habits. I told my daughter she's beautiful, and she was like, Mom, I'm this. And I said, you're beautiful. When you're 50, you're going to wish you look like what you look like now. Just be happy with where you're at. Enjoy it. Be satisfied. But there was a time I was I was 310 pounds. I was 310 pounds. That's why in my first videos you saw my hands, because I was such a chubby lady, you know. And then I got sick, and I wish I don't know. I'm glad that, I'm so thankful for losing all the weight that I lost, but I lost it because I was sick. It's a horrible way to lose weight. But yeah, I'm so happy that we're going to have a good year, guys. I'm praying for us. We're going to have a great year with us. We really are. I'm praying for this year. I'm praying every month. I told the Lord, what can I thank you for every month and give you glory and honor for? What can I focus? Because what you focus on is what a man thinketh, so is he. So if you focus on failing and not succeeding, then it feels like everything you do is there. If you focus on that you're succeeding and you're doing well and you're going to be okay, then you kind of take yourself that journey. What a man thinketh, so is he. So I'm trying to think very positive. Last year was such a different and hard year for me from so many reasons. And the way I was thinking was not healthy, even though I was trying to be positive. But this year, I'm going month to month, not year to year. I'm glad yes. I hope you are healthy, Ingrid. Me too. I didn't mind being overweight, but my body did. That's the bad part. My body got tired of it. my body got tired of it. And I'm not thankful that I got sick, but I'm thankful that I did so that I could get healthy. And I want to maintain that, and I want to stay healthy and just kind of keep going. But I want to do it this time. I don't want to lose another 50 pounds because I'm dying or I'm real sick. So, yeah. But I wanted to, should I do a challenge? Are you guys on my Facebook group? Some of you. I don't know if Creative Panda is on Loneliness Quilting Facebook group. But I was thinking of doing a challenge of getting our projects done. What do you think? And then at the end of the month, whoever gets the most projects done, I will send you probably a pattern and some fabric, so you have another project that you need to do. But I wanted to do a challenge maybe every month on Loneliness Quilting Facebook group, because I get so busy working for my clients and working for other people and trying to take care of my family that I get kind of, I don't focus on the group as much as I should, but I want to like motivate us to my best thing I did the other day is I did that heart quilt, and I finished it, I bound it, and I use it every day now. I love that thing. So I have, I want to make more quilts that size. It's like a one-person quilt. I think it's 70 long by 55. So it only fits you, like that one person. But they're so easy to make, and they don't take a lot of time. But I love it because I put Minky on it, and you could use it. And I mean, it's not heavy. It doesn't weigh you down. It's not suffocating you when you're using it. Because I did a huge Minky quilt, and sometimes I feel like I'm being buried in it. But I was thinking of doing like a get her done challenge, like a GED, and just kind of get some of our projects done. And we will tally points of who puts, you have to post pictures of what you get done. Crafty Panda, please make comments. I want to see you and hear you. But we could do a challenge where we do try to get as many projects, and it doesn't matter. It just has to be a finished project. If it's a small one or a big one, it's your project, but if you can get it done. And then if we could get a couple of them going. I have it, hold on, I have it here. I love this thing. Like for me, some of the things I have to get done are like editing videos. Let me show you close. Let me show you a video. A picture. So this is a quilt. That's the quilt. And this is what it looks like. What happened is I washed it, and it did bleed through, which I'm kind of like discouraged about it, but I don't care. I use this beautiful Minky fabric, and look, I use that Minky fabric, and it is beautiful. But I have this fabric in a royal blue, and I did these superhero pattern a long time ago, and I thought I wanted to do a superhero quilt, another one, but in blue, because I want to have a couple of those. They're not big. They're not, I think it's smaller even than a throw, because it's 70 by 55, so it's wide enough to come across you, but long enough to cover you from the chest to your toe. And I just love it. I literally, it's my new binky. I walk around with that. And then my grandson grabbed it. I'm like, my binky, because he has his own binky. I just love it. And I ended up buying a whole bolt of this. But I also have this bolt in royal blue. So I thought it would be neat to do a superhero quilt with the red and the blue on the other end. Yeah, the day that I wanted to wash it, I didn't have color catchers. And someone told me about them, and I want to kind of see if I could rewash it, and maybe the color catcher will grab that fabric again. But I was in a hurry. I wanted to wash it. I wanted to put it on. I wanted to wear it. So I want to make some more of those. So if we want to do a GED challenge, and then the giveaway, I don't know what would the giveaway be? What would you want as a giveaway? A Panasonic cordless iron? Or what would the giveaway be? Look. I have this pattern. Dun, dun, dun. Or this, or this. It is a book that goes with this fabric. I love my Panasonic cordless iron. Look. Isn't that beautiful? I think it's beautiful. Let me see if I can find you. Ah! With the roll. I have a whole bunch of stuff I can give away. I use my allowance on giveaway stuff. You know they don't sell these no more? They don't sell these no more. They don't sell Bob Donuts no more. And I love them. What about this? You can't participate. You can't finish some of your projects, like the quilt I'm doing now. Wow, an iron. I love my irons. It's to me, whatever, I guess I'll post it on the Facebook group. I'll post what the rules are. You just have to finish your projects. Make a list. You don't have to make a list. Just finish projects that are yours. That's all. Whoever does the most projects gets the reward. Or if you, I could do it two ways. Whoever does their most projects gets the reward. Whoever at least gets one project gets their one name put in a basket. In every project you do, you get your name in the basket. So if you do more projects, you get more names in the basket. And then I just pull the name off the list, and the person who did one could win, and the person who did 20 could win. Just, what do you think? Would that be ridiculous? Hey, that's a finisher. All you have to do is bind it. The finisher. So that's what do you think? The rule is based on how many you get done, or based on putting your name on the list if you get one done? Whatever you decide for the giveaway. What do you think? I'm also going to do these. Look. Someone showed me this. I want to do these for people. This lady asked me if I could do this for her, but I want to do them. So I already designed hers because she loves. What does she love? She loves paisleys. No, she loves carnations. So the flower that I put there to make it original, I put carnations, and on the one that I did, I put roses because I love roses. Put you on a timeout, bud. And I'm going to remove you, sucker. Come on, what happened? I'm removing you. Okay, it worked. So I'm trying to create like some of these, but my original version of it, not this one. I'm trying to create my own idea of how I would want to do it. But someone asked me to make one for them, but I thought I could do something like that too. Isn't it neat? Isn't this a neat idea? Oh, it's a wall hanging for your room. You know how Crafty Panda, you were asking me like what other stuff could you do? You could literally make signs for bedrooms and stuff with the laser. I made me one to do a test, but I thought like, oh, you could also do these. Crafty Panda. One's acrylic, one's wood, and one's a stamper. And then these are both acrylic and wood. Oh. Those are all made out of wood. Just opens the whole world to something new. But yeah, we could do stuff. We could do something. And then I could make it specifically to your room. To your sewing room. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool? All right, guys. It's, I don't know what time. What time is it? It's almost 6 o'clock. I do appreciate you for taking time to watch my video. To talk to me. To watch my videos. I love roses too, Darlene. Love them. I love yellow ones. Yellow ones. Favorite. I really do appreciate you guys for watching. I think we've been here for quite a while. But I am going to post a pattern, a video on how to make the heart quilt. And I will post the pattern on Lorena's Quilting Facebook group. I already made the pattern because I used it for the Sweet Honeybee. Thank you, Miss Darlene. I appreciate and love you guys too. Please be praying for each other. Please, I want you guys to be like praying for one another. I pray you guys have a wonderful March because I'm excited for this March. And then just delight on the blessings that come your way. Thank you, okay? I'll go downstairs and edit a video. I really do appreciate you guys even taking time out of your lives to even share and talk to me. And pray for me on making the right decision on if I should keep both lasers or just take the one that I paid for. I love you guys, okay? Have a wonderful day. Bye.